Hello and welcome or welcome back to Megan TT Hobbies. I am finally getting around today to another in-person recap. This took place over a weekend in like the third weekend in May or so, the 17th, 18th, 19th in there for the Peoria Chiefs. And I am showing off the bobblehead for Nolan Gorman, which was one of those evenings. I was not able to go to that particular game, but a buddy of mine had my ticket and picked up my bobblehead for me. Another giveaway was this awesome Peoria Chiefs hat, so I'm very excited about those. Let's see if they'll stay there. Those will be in my collection. This is pretty cool because it's a bobblehead for a current player, which does not happen very often, especially when it comes to the minor leagues. So let's go ahead and get started. I have a lot to share with you. I will start with Saturday, and hopefully these are in a decent order for me to share with you. So it was Quad City, what are they called? Quad City River Bandits at the Peoria Chiefs. So I will start with Quad Cities from Saturday. I made some customs and then I had some cards to sign. Ross Adolph, he's got a pretty cool baseball journey. These are some of my customs. They came off a little bit, but in general, they turned out very nicely. Alex McKenna, who is always a great signer, TTM or in person, signed all sorts of Bowman draft for me. These will be for my set, and then I can also use these to trade if somebody needs it. I decided to pick up the Tri-City Valley Cats set from last year. So this is another tip from me. If you don't have a team set right now and maybe you want to get some cards signed, look at the team set of the level below yours. So the Valley Cats of Tri-City are below the Quad City River Bandits, so there's quite a few guys on that team set. And some customs that I made and that he really liked. Again, Alex McKenna is a great guy. He's been on and off the injured list. I think he's back on it. And then some team set ones. Alex Holderbatch. Cody Deason has some nice Bowman draft, and he signed a few for me. This was the last one he signed, and it got a little crazy. So that is it for Quad Cities for the Saturday evening. But let's talk about my favorite team, Peoria. So now named to the Starters All-Star team, yeah, that's a good way to put it. The starters for the All-Star team for the Midwest League. The guy who's killing it right now, Brady Whalen. Again, I had picked up a couple sets for the lower level, so for State College. So he signed those nicely for me. I did a custom on Brandon Riley, and oops, so he snuck in a customs for Brady Whalen. And there's another one for Brandon Riley. So those are slightly out of order. Let me correct that here real quick. So Brady did these 5 for me. And then Brandon signed these couple cards. Since my buddy was there, we got adventuresome and we waited for the manager. So I had a few left for Eric Almonte. One of his cards. He liked this custom. He liked this custom as well. And then I think he signed a picture for me too, if I could find that real quick. Yep, he also signed a picture for me. But my piece of advice on managers, get them before the game starts, because we were waiting really late. I would not have waited had one of my buddies not wanted to wait as well. Pitcher, Michael, I'm gonna butcher it, Bretrell. He was super nice, and I had made this one for him and this custom for him, and then he finally was able to sign my Peoria little card as well. I talked to his girlfriend for a while who recognized me from spring training, so that was fun to catch up with her, and he was really nice and liked the custom cards. Delvin Perez, who will sign any and everything that you give him, although the signatures are getting pretty sloppy on the customs. Then a couple of Heritage, and I had found this Pro Debut for him, and then his State College card. So Delvin signed again, but like I said, it's getting a little sloppy. Couple of pictures also from that night as well. Again, Brandon Riley on a picture. Let me see who else. I was able to stop and get Malcolm Nunez. This is a 8x10 from spring training. He signed it over here. I'm glad I got it while I did, because he just got sent back down to extended spring training. And then this one, so this is for John, I think it's John Torres, but that's his signature. Still haven't quite figured out what that looks like. But it was nice to get him to sign, because again, he hasn't been doing so well, so he got sent back down. That kind of finishes up on Saturday, and then I was like, okay, do I go to the game on Sunday? It's an afternoon, later afternoon game. Okay, why not? So I'm glad I did, because I had a few things to get signed. So I will start off with, let me see if I can back this up enough. So I'm buddies with Thomas St. Clair, so he signed this really nice picture of the two of us. And then this was a picture while they were doing some community service, and I saw it online, and I thought that was really nice to get signed because it was really cool. Also on Sunday, I decided to go just really briefly for Arrival, because the only thing that I wanted to get was this custom photo signed. So a buddy of mine took us out of another photo and then put us on this cool background, and Nolan signed that for me. Again, I did that on Arrival on Sunday. Kind of bouncing all over the place because there's a lot of different piles. I didn't get a ton done on Sunday, as you'll see. These are actually the ones for Quad Cities. I was able to get Austin Hansen, and then I had done some customs for him. I've gotten some questions on customs, so hopefully I'll be able to touch on those in an upcoming video. If you have any additional questions about my customs, feel free to comment below. These two for Ross, again, that one kind of smeared a little bit, but that's okay. Jeremy Pena, a nice up-and-coming prospect, and I was able to, again, get him on Tri-City Valley Cats. I did most of this pregame. Like I said, I didn't have a ton that I needed on Peoria. Michael Wolanski, Trey Dawson, and then Alex hit up a bunch of Bowman for me again. If you need something for your Bowman Draft 2018 set, I will gladly trade one of those. What few I did do on Peoria was mainly at their Sunday, what do I call it? Their Sunday like autograph session that they always do post game. So a buddy of mine needed Thomas on a couple of his cards, and then I put Thomas on a couple of the customs that I had done for him. Like post game, I had Nolan do 2. This is for another collector who really wanted that signed, and I was able to help him out. And then I really wanted to get the 2019 paper signed. So that looks fantastic. So for the autograph session afterwards, what I decided to do was I decided to do a team ball. So this is signed by every chief that was on the team on like Sunday, May 19th. So everybody is on it. And this is a minor league ball that I got from one of the games recently. I was trying to find some signatures. There's my buddy Thomas. That's Brady Whalen. A lot of the pictures. Nolan signed it right there. He was the last guy to sign it. My buddy Alvaro Sejas. Alexis Wilson. I like his signature, but just a lot of different signatures. So, like I was saying, on Sundays, Peoria does a post-game autograph session where you can get signatures from anybody. Obviously, Nolan Gorman's got the longest line, but you can still get them. They give you like 20 minutes or so. A couple of additional things. I got the lineup card, which is just a long sheet of paper printed out by Quad Cities from May 18th. I'll probably go through and work on getting this signed, but I was thinking about mounting it before I do that, since it's just a piece of paper. If you don't know the story of Quad Cities, they have been flooded out of their stadium for most of the season. Then they got to go back in. Now they've been flooded out again. They're actually in Peoria playing some games these next few days that were supposed to be at Quad Cities. So huge shout out to the Quad Cities staff, coaches, players. Everybody was pretty nice, and they've had a crazy start to their season where they've only been home a handful of games. So these guys are playing on the road day after day after day after day. So I'm thankful that they are nice enough to sign. And then my last thing is Diego Cordero. He actually gave me his own poster. So this was a copy that he gave to me, and he told me he was going to give it to me because I gave him some custom cards. So that's why it's signed there in black. Diego Cordero, along with Nolan Gorman, Brady Whalen, and Delvin Perez are all headed to the Midwest League All-Star Game in a couple weeks. So thanks for watching. That is hopefully a quick recap of the Peoria Chiefs versus the Quad City River Bandits for Saturday and Sunday, May 18th and 19th, 2019. This is definitely my favorite item, with this being a team ball of everybody. And I think Oh, I remember now. That ball I got from Quad Cities. They were warming up when the gates were opening still, and so they tossed it up to me. They apologized for how worn it was, but I said not a problem because it's a used baseball, and like I said, they've had the Mississippi River surrounding their stadium for quite a while now. Let me know how your in-person autograph collecting is going. I don't know when I'm going to be able to see Peoria again. They've got kind of this weird schedule, and we are super busy right now that it is summer. I might get to a AA game, hopefully soon. We shall see. Like, comment, subscribe. No TTMs recently. The only thing I got was a failure from Clayton Kershaw, which is something that I expected. But yeah, and I will work on the contest from the previous in-person video and announce that soon. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a fabulous day.